Okay, so today is, well, we're going to read January 16th, karma, samskaras, and vasana. These are all yogic terms and how they relate to us in recovery. So the literal meaning of karma is action. Any action is karma. And so no matter what you do, karma, we're always creating karma. It is not possible for us to not do karma and live in this world. Is it good karma? Is it bad karma? It's not really. I mean, we strive for good karma. We strive for doing good actions. But the results of our actions are really not up to us. All we can do is what we can do, and how they play out is with universe or God, or it's a really complicated thing. But the main thing is karma, and there's no like real karma God out there, keeping score and saying, oh, that was good karma this time. You let somebody in traffic, now you're going to get all green lights or anything like that. It's just a natural unfolding of what we do creates who we are. It's all, if we do good things will happen, and in that way we have good karma. If we do bad things, if we are living with and acting as a thief, like I was in active addiction, then I got what thieves get, and feeling of nervousness, of being beat and beating other people, and nobody trusting, and not being able to hold a job and things like that. It was a natural thing that happened by living a thief's life. Living in recovery, gaining honesty and trust, and people, see me as a trustworthy person, then I get what happens with people who are trustworthy and are honest, and so good things start happening. That's certainly been my experience. By doing the right thing, doing my part of the deal, the universe or God has helped me the rest of the way. But from there, the past impression that action brings vasana. This would be the impact of the action leaves on our mind. Good actions may leave an impression of peace, a harmony in our mind. For example, if we talk to a newcomer and help them feel comfortable in a meeting, we may feel good, and this impression has left us to remember that service work is pleasurable. And so whatever we do leaves a vapor, a kind of like a rose in a room leaves a scent of the rose. So whatever we do leaves a scent of what we've done in our mind. And, that goes into our chitta, into our consciousness, our storehouse where our memories are kept. This works with our addiction in a negative way, in that when we feel a certain way, we have an impression in our mind that doing our addictive behavior is good, but subconsciously think that doing our addiction is good. I need to rewrite that. But at any rate, and so our addictive mind sees that one time in 19 whatever, I felt good after doing that drug or doing that thing, then I'm always chasing after that good feeling, that good impression I got, that vasana. Like if during our days we may feel overwhelmed, angry, frustrated, whatever, so we run back to our form of addiction to change the way we feel. Our vasana reminds us that this is the answer to the issue. So our karma, or our action, is motivated by our vasana. Our vasana is also said to be our desire. So what do we desire today? What is our desire? Where do we want to go? What we've done in the past, we have to learn from, but not allow it to control us today. So samskara means the rut of a wagon wheel. When there was only dirt roads and wagons, poplar roots would create ruts in the dirt path. The more often the wagon travels over the path, the deeper the rut. The word samskara means sam, well thought out, kara mean action, taken. Each time an action is taken, the deeper the rut we get into until it becomes a habit. And so our samskaras are also running us. We have the vasanas, the impressions that past action has given us, good or bad. And then we have the samskara, where our actions become our habit energy, because this is the way we always interact when we talk to our boss. This is the way we always interact when we talk to people or institutions. Because it's worked before, we think it's going to work now. The things that worked while we were using, the manipulation and lies and all those kind of things don't work for us in recovery, and we had to let them go. But, samskara energy is there for quite a while. Like when I used to go into stores, I used to keep my hands in my pocket so I didn't, have my samskara reach out and grab something, that wasn't mine. The deeper the rut, the harder it is to get out of that rut. And so if, what has fueled our addiction, why we started using in the first place, is a deep samskara. We've used it all our life, and that goes into our defects and our shortcomings and all those kind of things. And so to change that behavior, to change our defects, takes an enormous amount of willingness to move to a different way of looking at things or doing things and making new samskaras. And we talk about that in the next paragraph. Changing a samskara or habit energy, first there needs to be the intention or an interest to change. Then it takes tapas or willingness to change. Tapas is a niyama of sacrifice for doing our primary purpose or dharma. Next is slowing down or getting caught in the reaction, the compulsion, or our automatic response, how we go to things. After we can stop the compulsion to act, we can gain awareness, playing the tape all the way through to the consequences of our actions. To do this, we need to have courage and insight. Then the steady practice of not doing samskara, we can form a new rut or a positive action instead of our old patterns of karma. This is the way our minds are reshaped by positive actions that we can take in recovery. And thought for today, I can break free from my old patterns of action. And so, those old ruts, those old ways we've learned from when we were like children, probably how we manipulated, how we worked in our life. The anxieties that we had growing up are still there, even though we've stopped our addiction of whatever form it takes. But if we want to continue to find the true freedom, we need to change the habit energy and then make new vasanas. And so, it takes a lot of, I feel like going this way. I feel like doing something in a self-centered manner, but instead I'm going to take a new trail and do something unselfishly. And we keep continually to do that. Now the unselfish trail becomes a little bit deeper. And so the wagon then starts going into that rut. And so a new healthy rut. But it's still actions, because everything we do is karma. And so we are creating new karma, new impressions, new vasanas, and we can then live a new life. When I think about, how I was when I was using and growing up and, in school and high school and all those kind of things, I'm a totally different person than I was then. And I think for the better, the way I view the world is clearer. I don't feel the threat that I used to feel. I don't feel as much anxiousness. I still have some subtle anxiousness, and that's what I'm working with through the steps now. But the major, gripping, um, feeling like there's a threat in every corner has been lifted from me. And for that, I'm eternally grateful for my new way of life, my new karmas, and the impressions that I leave on my own consciousness as I walk through this journey of life. All right, glad you came by today. Like and subscribe and all that good stuff. Tell other people about the daily readings if you like what you're seeing. And then remember, we're going to be doing the pranayama training, and then probably next month we'll do a reading. Then we'll talk about pranayama and how to utilize that in your life. So hopefully it's all helpful. It's helpful for me. That's all that really counts for me. I hope somebody gets something out of it. Enjoy your day and create a new samskara today.